Welcome to this module. We're going to talk all about tagging and segmentation to micro-target your email list. So now this is an advanced tactic you want to do, and it's one that you really want to do as you get more and more advanced into your marketing. There's nothing more powerful than micro-targeting based on your subscribers' wants and needs. In this module, we're going to share how you can use tags and segments to create highly targeted micro lists that are hungry to open and click your emails, and how that in turn improves your overall experience with your customer. So let's start off first talking about what tagging really is. How does it work? Okay, so tags are simple. Now this can be confused sometimes with other programs like Infusionsoft, and Ontraport may have this. I've seen a couple other companies that confuse the terms tags and lists, or they may not have a list available and they only use tags. Now in an advanced situation, you should have both tags and lists available, allowing you to tag people and add them to an overall list as well too, so you can identify the source. So your list technically is identify your source, your website, and so forth, and then your tag is going to micro target those people based on actions or something you want to happen. So a tag allows you to add a tag or an identifier to your subscriber based on an action that was completed. Could be anything: a purchase, a location, an open click of an email, etc. In most cases, for example, in use cases for me, the most times you're going to be using a tag is when they make a purchase, abandon a car, they click on a certain link, they show interest on a certain link, anything you want to do to create a micro list out of your list. Now, the second way to do it in segmenting, which comes hand in hand with tagging, because segments can be looked as micro groups as well from your email list, but it's done in a different ways. So segment is done based on the data that you have. A tag is done based on an action. So when you're doing a segment based on the data you have, the goal is to create a list of highly experienced group for the micro targeting that you want to do. So an example that you'd be doing is you'd be going ahead and creating a list based on people who've purchased a program, or they spent a certain amount of money, or they're from a certain location. So here's how to set it all up. With a segment, very simply, you log into your favorite email service provider. Hopefully it's SendLane. You go into the list you want and you create a segment. You pick from all the available options. Now this can be done in multitude of ways. You can pick, like, I want someone who opened an email who's using an iPhone, or someone who clicked an email and went to this website, or someone who spent $100 with me, opened the last 4 emails and this device. See what I'm doing there? I'm micro-targeting my data down to the people that I want. So segmenting is allowing you to pinpoint your data and creating these targeted lists in just seconds, allowing you to email those people directly on it. So if you know you want to email people that, let's say you have an iPhone device, app for an iPhone, okay? And you want to target people who have an iPhone. You could say, okay, people who opted in with an iPhone or who opened an email with an iPhone, who are active. So people who've opened an email in the last 90 days and have spent a certain amount of money. Let's say people who've spent at least $10 with your website and have visited your website in the last 90 days. You can do that with segmentation. You can't do that with tags. You can't do that with your list. With segmentation, you're highly micro-targeting your list to get the perfect person out of there. So the idea of tagging and segmentation is very powerful. You've got to know how to use it in every case, depending on what kind of business you have. If you have an e-commerce business, affiliate, blog, digital product, even a local store, it just depends on that full experience. And that data that you're collecting based on the identifier of the user from everything they do and tying in your system with that person is going to be the most powerful way to be able to collect that audience. So that's tagging and segmentation. I hope that makes total sense, and I hope that you understand why you need to be using it and creating experiences. So what I want you to do is just figure out the things that in your mind, the things that are happening in your business that you may need to be tagging people, such as a purchase or a certain email or page visit, whatever it may be. Using your workflows, you can apply tags, and of course based on if they're clicking on a link. All right, that's how you can use tagging and segmenting to micro target your list. I'll see you on the next video.